Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Lou, and this is Metal Lens Reviews. Hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, it's your first time checking out my channel, you like what you see, thank you. Please do me the favor of like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me grow the channel, spread it to the masses, and of course motivates me to provide you guys more content to watch. So yeah, this is the podcast segment, as I like to call it. I pick a random topic or topics and talk about them randomly. There's no agenda here. I'm not pushing any politics, but I will say what's on my mind, unfiltered. If you don't like it, tough. I actually took some notes because, I like to agitate myself and pick a few topics that I have no business in talking about. But I'm going to do it anyway. Right now, at this moment, I'm contemplating on why I gave up playing video games. I love them. I love the culture. Everything to do with them. I feel like it's a good escape from reality. I don't think it's an excuse to escape from adulthood. It's just like playing on your phone, or watching, a soap opera, or whatever people are watching nowadays, those weird love shows. Anyway, I don't know why I stopped. Oh yeah, because I grow up, I have adult things to do now. I have to adult. I'm saying that word a lot. But yeah, goddamn, do I miss it. Oh, man. And it's not a cop-out. I have a pretty good life. It's just, I really miss playing video games. If I'm being honest. So, well, with that said, let's go on. So, like I said, love agitating myself. So you know what it is about me, there's a problem, I think it's a pet peeve. I try to mind my business, but business always kind of comes to me, as cliche as that sounds. I'll be like over here, but, people talk loud, so I'll hear something I probably shouldn't hear, or an argument that, I would never dare give my 2 cents about. But, I have opinions. I think opinions are good. I think you shouldn't mask your opinions. And at the risk of, even being canceled. I mean, is that still a thing now? Probably is. I don't know. I'm horrible at keeping up with trends. But, right, at this point I'm just rambling. So this is super recent. I haven't really followed up with it, but, the guy's a celebrity. P. Diddy. You guys all know him. So, yeah, and this isn't news, too. After, reading or speculating all the shit he did, he may or may not have been, the levels of involvement, whatever. I would never ever pick a side. If you got deep pockets, if you got a lot of money, no matter how horrible or heinous the crime, it's not going to come off too bad for you. Then again, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't been keeping up with it, but, it was such a crucifiable kind of hearing, like a lot of people were saying, oh, that's it, he's going to be under the prison. And, I think he might get, 10, 20 years, depending on whatever, he's tried with, and however the judge, dishes out the sentence. But when you have that much money, I don't know. If you've ever been to Eastern State Penitentiary, it's an old prison. It's like a museum now. You can go and check it out in Philly. They have Al Capone's cell there, the mobster Al Capone. It's pretty neat because it looks like a goddamn hotel room, and that's just kind of backs up my point. Whatever horrendous crime you do, you could become a politician, you could become a president, and if you're an actor, musician, what have you, and you've done fucked up, you could get out of it with a lot of money backing you and supporting you. This is all common knowledge. You don't have to hear me tell you that, but I think it's profound and outstanding how that still is going on today. Some people are upset, some people are cheering, what have you. I'm a spectator at this point, and it's just like, after a slew of things happened, It's just like, I want to make popcorn and just kind of sit in front of my TV, not because I enjoy it, well, a little bit, but because I can't believe what the fuck I'm seeing half the time. We had a fucking horrendous storm that leveled Houston, Texas, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, Houston's a decent city, so I'm guessing this must be the outskirts, but I'm like, Jesus, now I'm not some crazy, blue-haired liberal or whatever. Also, I'm not a, gun-toting far-right masochist, but I do believe in science. I do believe in faith, so I try to kind of, balance those two. As crazy as that sounds. It sounds very cynical and, crazy. Because, you gotta pick one or the other today. But, I don't know. Every year it does feel like it's getting hotter. And I know before you start, becoming a keyboard warrior, I get it. I know it's just how the earth is. It heats up. I mean, we went through an ice age millions of years ago. And now we have, we have summertime. And we have, weather. And different seasons. I get that, but it does feel like it's getting hotter every single year. If it makes you feel better, you don't want to put a label on it, you don't want to say it's global warming, great. But I think we could all admit that, instead of arguing about what it is or what to call it, maybe, I don't know, do something about it. That's just me talking. I don't know. That's just what I think. Maybe, instead of, poking fun at scientists or, mocking liberals or, I don't know, whatever it is people do today. I don't know. Discuss on how to fix the goddamn problem. How about that? Can we do that, maybe? Global warming or not. The world's fucking heating up, okay? Winters are getting shorter. Weather's getting brutal on both sides, whatever, winter we do have left, it fucking sucks. Summers, while I love sunny beaches, I'm nowhere near a beach right now. I would love to be, but I'm not. That's how I cool off. Or a pool. Can't do that either. Just don't have the time. So yeah, I don't know. Normal summers. I miss them. So, I don't know. You guys come together and you think of something how to adjust the weather. Let's see, what else? What else bothers me? Oh yeah, if you live in Philly, trash strike. Oh man, if you ever wanted to know what the worst parts of, I don't know, third world countries resemble, what it look like, it was this week. There was entire, I don't want to say neighborhood, streets blocked off by trash. Look, I'm a union guy. I support unions throughout. Whatever deal they came through recently, because the strike's over, apparently, I hope. It's very complicated. Once again, like I said, I'm a union guy, I'm a union worker, and I don't know. Dialogue, when it comes to discussions like that, both sides don't want to bend because they don't want to come out weak. They both want to fight. They have morals and they want to fight. And it's hard, depending on what side you lean, both arguments look right. And this is going to segue into my next argument. So, whatever happened, one side isn't happy, one side is glad it's over. It's not a good look. And Philly is already tainted by the crazy amount of crime. I still love it. It's a very walkable city. And there's a jumping nightlife. Philly still has its charms. So, yeah, take it as you will. That was wild. Right. So, like I was said before, picking sides. Still, right now as we speak, I'm not going to mention, I have to pick a war now because, wars just sporadically pop up and then go away. But I'll take a really easy one and put it into perspective. The, Israeli Hamas Palestine situation. Also not picking a side because, I live on this side of the equator. Till shit starts to trickle my way, then I'll, start to worry, but I just can't do it because, I used to, when I was a kid, I was a rebel, You know, I mean, if you look over there, I have a picture of Che Guevara on my wall, and a crucifix, and Tony Montana. So I got them all. I'm representing. I'm not sure what exactly, but no. I don't know. I'm tired of talking about this kind of the political instability, and like I said, I'm a history guy. That's my bag. That's what I like to do, you know, because, you know, people, I always stay true to the quote, you know, people who forget about history are doomed to repeat it, and that's definitely a fact. But this, you know, whoever side you pick, whatever, good for you, you know, whatever. I'm sure you did the research, or you're just maybe going with what social media tells you or shows you, you know. And people complain about AI. I mean, AI could make, you know, dead presidents come back to life and have full conversations with you. So yeah, media and images could be tampered with to lean on your feelings, to portray it worse than it is, or maybe not worse than it is, or what, you know. And it's propaganda. War is won by propaganda. Just look at the propaganda madness that was in World War II. That's, you know, that's a part of it. It keeps the machine going. So, like I said, I'm not going to get into detail. I'm just going to say it's going to go on for a long, long time. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am. But you can't dog people on people that pick either sides. You know, if people support Israel, it's because they feel drawn to that. Maybe they're Jewish. Maybe they have family in Israel. You know, I don't know. And there's a lot. You could deep dive. I say always back up your argument with research. Don't let people do the research for you. Do it yourself. You know, the same goes with, you know, Palestine or Hamas. I would like people to keep those entities separate. Hamas it's the political party in Palestine, the Palestine section. But I don't, you know, to me, there's a huge difference between Palestinian people and Hamas as an organization, and I'll leave that as it is. And yeah, like any war, like the war that's in Ukraine right now between Russia, same thing with Israel and Iran. That seems pretty settled now, but you know, these things are going to happen. And yeah, I mean, if you're living stateside in the continental United States, it's going to have very little effect of you waking up. I mean, as far as I know, I'm not a military strategist, but odds are of us ever being invaded, unless it's by aliens, highly unlikely. But, you know, that's not how wars are done. Wars are very insidious now. It's always from the inside out, you know, sleeper cells or whatever, you know, terrorism. But yeah, I say this, be aware, be knowledgeable, but don't ever, you know, come after someone, you know. Sure, give an opinion, you're allowed to do that. This is a free country. Even though people have a hard time, God forbid, don't say that around some people. This ain't no free country. Oh my God, I'm over it. Whatever, man. You know, you think with yourself. You know, keep your, you know, that should be another commandment. You know, keep thy feelings to themselves. You know, but yeah, you have all the freedom of the world to post, you know, your thoughts and opinions on a computer, on some website, some social media thing, whatever. But don't. It's not worth fist fighting and becoming uber radical. You know, just take it for what it is. Hear both sides out, whatever it is. I'm over it. I don't care. I don't watch the news anymore because it keeps me up at night. But, you know, once again, I like to be agitated sometimes. And I'm not a miserable person. It might look like that right now. But I just, you know, every now and then, man. That's why I said I really thought about just, you know, maybe leaving social media alone. Because it's like, Jesus, you know, it's my fault. Because the algorithms are really, really quick, man. Someone did an experiment, like, you know, they looked up baby puppy videos for like months, and that was just all that was in the feed. Because AI, you know, Google intelligence, all that stuff, it works. it works. Now I'm going to move on to another topic because I'm done, boring you guys with that stuff. Oh yeah, this is also a huge fault of mine. And I don't, like I said, it's like, I don't know, people are like drawn to like negativity sometimes, and I swear that's not the case here. But just seeing dating stuff today, because it is, and this isn't a reflection of me. This is just what I see. Like I said, I like to be bothered. I don't know. I'm a sadistic comedian, if you will. God, I know so. It just sucks. If you're single in 2025, and if you don't have that certain someone that you're keeping, or some kind of relationship that you could build on, you're fucked, man. But, no, I shouldn't say that. It's just hard. There's someone out there for everyone at some point. It's just, the bar. Got to raise it, lower it, whatever, adjust it, act accordingly. I don't know. God damn, man, the expectations today. Like I said, I do this to myself. So there was this one video, like, this chick was complaining. It was in my feed. I didn't search this out. It was just in my feed or whatever. So this chick was complaining. How come guys don't chase, or like, like you and the boys are out, picking out girls. That doesn't happen as much. Not saying it doesn't. I'm done with the club scene. I'm kind of too old for that shit. Then I guess that's an appropriate environment to do that. But like I said, people, unless you're, going out on a solo outing, which is rare sometimes, it's not for everybody. You travel in packs. You feel confident with your friends. Women do this too. So when a man approaches a group of 5 women to talk to one girl, it's, like putting meat in a pond full of piranhas. You're going to get preyed on, Yeah, so anyway, back to what I was saying, this girl was complaining why men don't put up the effort to try. And it's because, it's not just a fear of rejection, it's exhausting. It really is. Like, imagine applying to the same job and keep getting this. It's discouraging, yeah. But after a while, you got all right, when's it time to move on? Okay, let's change the game here. That's what it is. Now, not everyone has this, trouble. Some people are goddamn skilled at it. I don't know. But, that's why. That's why. I think just dudes are just fed up, How many no's can you hear? Or I don't know, I'll think about it. It's fucking exhausting. It should be very direct. Yes or no. I'm interested. No, I'm not interested. And move on. And I think that, yes, while it does hurt, and, both sides, even though it's fucking, you're more better off finding a 4-leaf clover than a woman coming up to you and asking a man out, which I think that would fucking change the game. But let's not argue about that, because God, that's a whole other argument there. No, it's tiresome. I see it, and it's frustrating. So what are we chasing? Chasing each other in a never-ending loop, and that's it. So that's that. That's why. Yeah, and it's and the look on their faces. They're like, well, why? Come on, this ain't like the 50s or 60s. Yeah, of course it's not like the 50s and 60s. What are you, insane? What do you think? Time stands still? No, man. The whole thing, it's weird. But like I said, it's a very weird dating game today, and yeah, that's my answer. That's why dudes ain't pursuing girls like that. Even on the dating sites, you're lucky. You're lucky, but like I said, people are so judgy. God, and the expectations, kind of one-sided, because and once again, I'm not saying every chick is like this, but you know, when a guy that's very well put together, 6'5", you know, 150 pounds of muscle, house, car, boat, you just cut the whole fucking male population literally in thirds, I think. Because I don't know anyone off the top of my head right now that has all that. That's just, you know, that's like a Ken doll. You know, I just don't know. It's very weird. But God forbid if a guy said, "Oh, I want a, you know, a 5'2", you know, slim, petite model that has her shit together," then you get labeled a misogynist or whatever, you know, negative term for, you know, men there is today. I don't know. This isn't picking on anyone. This is just stuff I'm reiterating back that I see, because, you know, I like to be bothered. Unfortunately, one day I'll learn. But yeah, it's almost comical. It's almost like when I see these things, I'm like, there's no way this could be real. Well, you're gonna love this. I like these stories, you know. Like I said, because that's what they sound like and feel like. They're stories. It's another girl, and she's uploading this video. And honest to God, I don't search these. Like I said, they just happen to be in my feed from other people I follow. It's in their feed, and it's a trickle-down effect. Whatever. Anyway, it's this girl goes out on a date. I guess she likes the guy, and he likes her, and the dude's like, you know, date's ending. Hey, let's go back to my place. So she, you know, has to, you know, like, okay, yeah, that's no problem. It's cool. You know, we can watch movies, whatever, but no sex. You know, that was a ground rule. And I think it's a pretty gut. It's so fucking direct, you know. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. No. Not maybe. I'll think about it. Don't fucking string people on both ways. It's, and like I said, the hypocrisy behind that. I can't talk either, apparently. But you know what I'm talking about. It just definitely leads on both sides. Both genders are guilty when it comes to that. But back to my point. She's established ground rules, you know. So they go home, and she's explained the story to his place. They're doing Netflix and chill, relaxing, cuddling, and that's it. She goes home at some point. No banging, you know. And she's complaining, like what the fuck? The guy didn't even try nothing? Like, you know, what is he, funny? Like, what's happening here? And like I said, it feels like they're staged. And, you know, a good part of me wants to believe that. Because, come on, right? Sound staged. It has to be. So she was complaining how the guy didn't make him. Now she told this gentleman earlier, you know, I'll go back to your place. We'll watch a movie, whatever. Maybe even fall asleep together. Just, you know, no banging, no sex. Very stern on that point. That's a good goddamn point to lay down, you know. Now, I can't speak for every guy. I'm sure someone would have probably made a move, maybe. But there's now that fucking mentality that, you know, this, you know, man or bear fucking thing, you know, that's going on. You know, would you rather be, you know, lost in the woods with, you know, a man or a bear? So dudes are not taking that risk. Because, God, if it fucking goes wrong, you don't want to get labels and, you know, have those labels spread around. Those are, you know, the last thing a guy wants to do is have some kind of character assassination or his name's tainted or whatever, you know. Or accused of something, you know. So, yeah. If you say something, I'm going to assume that you mean it. And, you know, we're going to carry on from there. But, you know, this chick was like, you know, fucking dumbfounded, you know. Like, oh my God, he didn't make a move? What happened? What is going on? Because you fucking said, you know, that was it. You made it very clear. Oh, man. Like I said, I really do. I hope at the end of the day, all these are just fucking just for clicks or likes or whatever, you know, the clout, you know. Because if you listen to half the stuff I listen to, you know, and once again, this is my fault, you know, I just like talking about it because I can't keep it in anymore. I gotta fucking tell you guys. It's insane. It's madness, and it's a clown show. I will never single anybody out, but like I said, you make sure you have like a hobby today or something. Something to like distract you from the madness, or if you got a successful side hustle that's fun, because now people are confusing, work and fun together, and that's a fucking dangerous conversation. There's no ounce in my body, unless it has to do with something I really, really enjoy, that I get paid for, and that's like fucking the margins like this. Like, the only thing that comes to mind, like if you're a fucking movie director or an actor, while there's stressful elements in that, that's a fun fucking job, okay? Just put it that way. I don't, memorizing lines, setting up a camera angle, yeah, but if you enjoy that type of work, but let's not, like if you work in, I don't know, if you're washing dishes, and you're getting paid pretty well, good for you. But that's not, don't ever say, oh, I love this. That's insane. That's just, find something you like, you love. It doesn't always have to fucking cost you. And that's another thing too, man. The way we worship money today, you might as well fucking wear it. Like fucking Zeus over here, Just a big dollar bill in the sky. Are we even going to use dollar bills? And because the way that, they're promoting this fucking crypto shit. I'm still waiting for it to take off, by the way. I don't deep dive into stocks that much, but at some point, we're going to be just like working off like fucking cards, not credit cards, just like where our money is. Because from what the conspiracy theorists always tell me, the government has better control if your money's in one spot as opposed to just actual physical currency. So yeah, the god we worship will be currency, or whatever, or the almighty dollar. It does say, after all, in God we trust. So. Let's see, is there anything else I want to add and torture you guys with? Nope, that was it. God, you know what? Another thing that really freaking bothers me. These streaming services, man. Disney, Hulu, Sling. It's just... And don't get me wrong. I love to be entertained. I love entertainment. I love the options. Beats. Price-wise, they're kind of catching up. With like, cable, DirecTV, Dish, Xfinity, Comcast, Verizon, they are a little bit better fixed price wise, I want to say, but, this, Disney Plus this, live stream that, or if you want sports, you got to pay $5,000 more. It's like, what the fuck? It used to be, all cutting the cord. Now, get me the fuck out of here, For every subscription, and God forbid, man, if you don't have, like, what gets me is how they set you up. Like, let's say you want, tier 1, it's like $20, but tier 2 is $60. And you're like, alright, whatever. $60, I could eat that. Plus internet, whatever. But then they fucking... but tier 3 is tier 1 and tier 2 together. The catch is with tier 2 is you get more, but you don't get the same channels as tier 1. The fuck? Oh my god. It's fucking nerve-wracking. And it's all about money and just fucking using the consumer. God, man. I honestly, I miss the days of fucking pay-per-view. That fucking late 90s cap, where if there was like a fucking special, you had to call in. I don't know. It just felt, and I hate be like those guys, like, nostalgic this, nostalgic that. Okay, I guess I am a little bit. I do kind of miss the days of, I don't know, going to Blockbuster, or when the mom and pop video stores and renting a movie or game. Oh god, don't even get me as much as I miss video games. The fucking, you gotta own this shit now. They got problems with you owning the fucking game. I don't know. I'm hearing all these fucking crazy stories. Like some of the systems now. Like I think the whole disk drive thing is gonna go away. like, you know how like they mass produce like laptop and Chromebooks now with no disk drive. They just want you to download everything. Well, that's great until it fucking, you know, fails or is some kind of catastrophic error and you lose all the shit you fucking paid for. I don't even know how that works. How would you bring it back? I don't know. There's just a lot of factors that go in, and it's nerve-wracking. Really. And the fucking prices of things. I know, this is all stuff you heard before, but it's not going away anytime soon. There's no fucking middle ground here. I'm waiting for that big fucking payday, like the man in the White House is saying. I know it's over the course of years. Well, I'm fucking tired now. I'm sure a lot of us are. They're even saying with like full-time jobs, you can barely make ends meet. Oh yeah, we're double fucked. I don't know. I don't see an easy way out anymore. You know, of course, you know, if you're born a millionaire, then that's different. I don't know. Even the freaking hustle culture is like, you know, like, no, remember that? Everyone was doing it. Oh, I'm fucking hustling, man. Yeah. I'm making extra money. Now, I don't hear shit from those people no more. You know, people are killing themselves, working doubles. Really, this is why people go hard with vacations. I don't fucking blame them, man. You want to see the Bermuda Triangle? You go for it. You want to see the Maldives? Fucking, that's right. Fucking rack up that credit card debt. It'll still be there waiting for you. You know, it's weird. We don't, and also sounds cliche, but we don't vacation. Americans don't vacation like the Europeans, you know. First of all, whatever country they're in is probably, you know, spectator-wise and the way it looks, probably, you know, way more pleasing than an American city. Maybe. I don't know. There is a lot of beautiful spots in the United States, no doubt, but just the lifestyle. And I think, I don't know, maybe that's my deep-seated genes, you know, crave that European lifestyle. I don't know what the fuck it is. Don't get me wrong, I like being an American. You know, I live here. It's comfortable, you know, but you really just get by. And how long could millennials keep that up? God, what's going to happen to the fucking next generation? That's crazy. I don't know. I don't have the answers. I wish I did. It's nuts. God damn. Yep, like I said, I do this to myself, guys, but you know what? It adds dialogue to the conversation. I can get in depth. This is actually me pretty candid. Usually I'm more like, you know, really kind of at attention here like a soldier, but no, this is just, you know, topics I want to discuss with you guys, and love to hear what you have to say, if anything at all, or just, you know, give me a thumbs up. I don't know, whatever you want to do. If you like hearing me listen, you know, just ramble on about these crazy topics that bother me and potentially bother you, awesome. You know, I keep doing them. I'm gonna, even if you don't like it, if you're like, you know, Lou, please stop. You know, I'm still probably gonna do them because I'm very, very hard-headed. What can I say? I'm a Taurus. Sue me. Oh, and that's another thing too. I just got a light bulb moment. Please, guys, ladies, stop with the fucking horoscope shit. Well, you know, Mercury's in retrograde, and you know, I can't go out today. What the fuck? What is that? Like a religion now? You gotta base everything. Well, I heard the guy. He's a Capricorn. You know, Capricorns and Pisces. Oh, Jesus Christ! Stop it! It's insane. You ever hear yourself? Oh my God! I'm also a hypocrite. I have a tattoo of a Taurus there. Because you mess with the bull, you get the horns. That was so cheesy. I'm sorry. I don't know. No, I think it's cool. I was always into astrology myself. But I just can't. I can't base myself around that. That's just insanity to me. I don't know. Alright, guys. That's really all I got. I want to share with you. Hope you got some kind of enjoyment out of this, laughs, maybe some concerns, you know, or whatever, you know. Like I said, I don't protest. I don't write my feelings on signs in front of City Hall. I leave it to everybody else, and I'm just a spectator. That's all I am, and just kind of reiterating it to you guys, and you know, let me know what you think. Alright guys, that's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. If you feel like, I don't know, contributing to the channel at all, or, you know, maybe throwing me a song recommendation you want me to react to, I'll leave a link down below entitled Buy Me a Coffee. You can do it through that. Other than that, my friends, thanks again for watching, and I will see you all very, very soon. Peace.